Um, um, Hello, my friend. Today, I would like to answer some of the questions I am often asked about life in this third dimension on Earth. Let's start with this concept of oneness, understanding it. I already explained it in a metaphor last week, but I will give it another complementary, or at least I will try. I think it's crucial to understand that as long as you view yourself inside primarily your ego, the aspect of self that sees itself as separate, and that the one that thinks that or he must do all the doing, you will try to force things to bend to your desires. And this will lead to not co-creating in harmony with the rest of all that is. You will not be in alignment with the greatest forces in all creation. As long as you are trying to push life to your expectations and whims, you are not in harmony. When you begin to create from your heart, you move towards oneness. Then you get, you can say, the collaboration of the forces of the universe. And it's a profound difference. You on your own as opposed to you in harmony with all creation. When you do that, you will find your life flooded with miracles and magic. It changes a lot. In the former state, you get the kind of reality espoused by Murphy's Law. You get to be a person on your own, working very, very hard against all odds. And anything that can go wrong usually will. So the choice is yours. You can remain attached to being separate and alone and keep playing the games of the Matrix, or you can view the interconnectedness. And you see everything as other aspects of the oneness. It is indeed a process in which you become ever more aware that you are the creator of your reality. And you become more proficient in the creation methods as well. That means that everyone creates their own path and their own experiences to learn and to develop. Each one of us walks a unique path. And this is the reason why it's absurd to judge other choices and judge their experiences as wrong, especially when they are very different from ours and we cannot intellectually understand them. We don't know what the soul is trying to experience or accomplish. Our free will allows everyone to decide how they will work their path back to source, back to the consciousness of oneness. And we have to allow that. Okay, another frequent question is, why do we incarnate on Earth if we are already part of this oneness? In my opinion, the quick answer is that we came here to experience ourselves as separate individuals. So, in this state, we often feel lonely, lost, and disempowered. It is unfortunately a part of the rules of the game of Earth. We choose the simulation, samsara, maya, and it comes with a set of rules, no matter how absurd or harsh they may seem. We accepted the whole lot when we decided to incarnate here. And only when you become essentially done with the game do you begin to remember that you are a powerful creator being. And then, as you begin to remember this, you begin to release some of the separateness. And I would say that progressively, you begin to understand first on an intellectual level, and then start embodying it. you start embracing that ultimately there's only one of us creating the myth. This is how the oneness experiences itself in many new forms and recreates itself. And so does every creature that exists. We are all recreating ourselves for all infinity. We are fractals of source, of oneness. So everything that exists, even the very smallest particle, includes the whole image. Another question that arises usually is, if we are these wonderful creator beings, why can we not remember it? Well, I think we face a genuine paradox. And one of the rules upon incarnation on Earth is that we will go through the veil of unknowing. The veil is essentially what guarantees that you cannot prove that all is one. Funnily enough, anything that approaches accurate, irrefutable proof of oneness will always come with sufficient cause for doubt that each individual will simply have to make up their own. This is how this third dimension is established. So the essential nature of everything is indeed that all is one with everything else. But this is hidden from us while we are human beings. This means that we cannot know the true nature of anything, and we cannot demonstrate it even with material. Therefore, no matter how hard we try and how we try to convince ourselves and others, nothing is known down to its root. Yes, we can know about the surface, the characteristics, or the effect, but we cannot know the actual cause. Even in science, there are several postulates and theories, but other than simple observation about what occurs when particles interact, scientists know next to nothing about the nature of energy that is the basis of all. They are not aware that it's infused with consciousness, that everything is infused with consciousness. Even the material world does not exist as we believe it does. It's not solid. It's a function of rapidly shifting energy. And there are many examples of this. For instance, science does not know where gravity comes from, why it is there, and how it circulates. One cutting-edge theory, the M theory, unifies all consistent versions of superstring theory, including the concept of branch. It presupposes that the existence of other dimensions is there. Well, it actually postulates that there should be approximately 11-dimensional supergravity dimension. In my humble opinion, I believe scientists must significantly expand their view of those other dimensions before all begins to come. So we need to be willing to concede that our vision of reality is just a little piece of the puzzle. The way we perceive the whole universe is like one single piano keyboard, one single key on the piano keyboard in an orchestra of infinite number of musical instruments. So we only see that key. So we have to accept our limitations in the human body instead of proudly proclaiming that we cannot fully comprehend or prove with our knowledge or tools what does not exist. And clearly that's the problem. Humility is not a very developed virtue within us human beings.